Miserable Suckers, bless you. Uh, Today I am going to make a quick video on just to help you how to make an intro. Now I'm not gonna actually make an intro, but I'm gonna show you all the techniques that is used that goes into making an intro, um, and then um, just explain how. When I have more time, maybe I'll make another tutorial going through actually making a tutorial. An actual intro, but I just don't have the time because there's so much time that goes into doing an intro that I just can't do it right now. But I can quickly go over the different techniques where you can find the things that you need, etc., etc. So first, just gonna review because you're literally gonna spend. That's the biggest thing. First, you need an idea. Let's say the topic. You need whatever the topic that you're doing for whatever class. Um, well, if you really want to get eccentric, you gotta have things like Photoshop, Adobe After Effects, but that's all high level. But if you still want to create a pretty decent intro, I can show you how. Like for example, there we go. So like something very basic like this that I did. I can show you how to, and you can watch it. So this is very basic. Um, and I know some of you might be like, that that's not basic. The best basic to you because you have the experience. But I'll show you why it's basic. And I'll go through the different techniques. First, I want to go over through the different things that different places where you're gonna get your content from. So whenever you're looking up um, images, you go under the tab images, you look whatever you're searching for. But the problem is that most times we need high quality or high resolution images. So you go to this settings tab right here, you go to search, advanced search, and then you go down here where it says image size, and you put large. I don't really bother with anything else, but uh, you can that's all I do. I don't really go into the other specifics. So now, that's far as images go. You can go to Shutterstock. There's other websites you can go to get images for, but sometimes you're gonna pay for those. Somewhere you can go if you're on YouTube and you need some high resolution. Um, what's this? Let's say the thing is flying, right? Say you go down here to the filters, you get HD, sort by HD, and you get all the videos that are actually HD. In order to download these, personally, I have a Mac. I use Media Human. If you have Windows, uh, what's this? Yeah, MediaHuman.com if you have Mac. But if you have Windows, there's one called DVD2. I think it is. Yeah, DVDVideosoft.com. That's what it is. DVDVideosoft.com. Download these, and you'll be able to rip stuff off of YouTube. So basically, how it works is, you take the link, you copy it. It's the same in both Mac and Windows for either program. You paste the URL, and then you hit that little arrow or whatever symbol though, or whichever one you're using, and it downloads it. And from there, you can use it. And if you want to find it, usually the other program has it as well. You can right click and you can locate saved file, or just find the file where these are stored, because sometimes that causes confusion as well. Um, Another thing is for MP3. There's for example, this one is YouTube to MP3, meaning that it's only going to download the audio from whatever video clip you've taken, which is useful for your music, which is one of the most important aspects about your video is going to be the music that you use, because the music is going to set the tone. At least for me and for a lot of editors, the music is what's going to set the tone and guide you in the intro creating process. It's the feeling that you get, the inspiration. It's gonna put a spirit on you, and you're gonna work off that spirit. Like for example, and as a, but before I get to that, let me just show you something. Like for example, because this is what you're gonna need for your music. Now the problem is that with the music, when you download the music, is that most times we get flagged because it's copyrighted music. So you want to go and put royalty free score music, right? And you'll get a lot of different scores out here that are free. Um, Alternatively, you can go to Google and put royalty free score, and you get all these different links, and you can download these so these songs, this score. Usually, the type of stuff that you hear in movies and stuff. It's called scoring. So that's, download it and you can use that. Um, but now uh, going back to the music. If you notice, even with this video, I go to the beat. I mean, sometimes I'll literally sit 3 hours trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, and sometimes, depending on the topic, in the music, I won't get an idea or inspiration until after I send the prayers, and then I sit there and just, um, I just wait till something hits me. It's not easy. You're going to get the blockage. That's the term brothers use blockage. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna think for literally sometimes up to hours, and you're not gonna come up with anything. Um, and honestly, this intro right here, I want to point certain things out, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. But I thought it was whack, but then everyone else loved it. So I thought it was. I mean, to me, I thought it was very simple. So don't get discouraged. The point of that is just don't get discouraged. So just from that, you take a concept. The topic was. I'm gonna explain the process I went through. Is the topic is Esau, Rome, Herod, and Khazars. Now you are a teacher when you're video editing. Your assistant, the bishop, teach his class because your job is to bring the vision to the people, adding it onto the words that the bishop or whatever teacher is bringing out. With that, with the intro, you want to get to the point because people will, when they see the intro, they want, it has to be pertaining to the class. People receive the message of your, not only consciously but subliminally, subconsciously, they're going to receive the message, and your job is to get it within 30 seconds to a minute and a half. Get that message out. I mean, minute and a half is kind of dragging it. But the intro should have a message, whether you're speaking, whether someone else is speaking, you add audio in there, or if it's just visuals and with words. Your job is to get that message clear and cut to the person. Now, on top of that, when you're listening to the music, which is why the music is so important, is because the music is going to act as the ship to finish it off. Because psychologically, not to get too deep here, um, the music makes you make that final connection with the imagery, because you let, okay, the track is hot, you're already into the video just because of how it sounds. Then is the imagery. You're like, okay, he's showing, okay, these guys, these hairy guys. Wait, why is it a Neanderthal? And then there's a ginger. Yeah, and then the word on top of the words, the message is gonna get through. Some people might not get it consciously immediately, but that's gonna make them interested in the video. Okay, what the hell are these guys talking about? And not click away from the video. This is why the intro is so important. This is the mindset you need to have when you're making the intro. So now with that, every score music has a build up, some type of build up, some type of rhythm, and you need to incorporate on that rhythm with your imagery. So if you pay attention, it's good. It goes bam, 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 and that's why every time I hear that that bam, I change the image. That's just it. And you can, there's many different styles that you can use. You don't have to use that, but that, whenever I'm running out of ideas, that's kind of what I fall back on. um so so notice, so it's, I go Esau, Rome, Herod, and Kazos, but each one I'm showing a comparison from the past to the present. So I'm showing these different comparisons, and I'm doing it in a different style. So you see how the beat is still going, but I found this eagle, which is, we know it represents Esau, um, and I slow mode it. There's different ways that you can do this. So now I'm gonna go into, that's just to get you into the mindset. Another one that I did is, this one is in Spanish, and this one was, I think, a little quicker. Don't mess up on me now, man. That's another thing. Every time, and this is annoying. Every time I want to do the Lord's work, something goes wrong, and that you're gonna go through it too. So something's gonna hinder you. Some things it's you because you're full of sh, and you're late. You're being slothful. Other things is because Satan is just in the midst and physically prohibiting you for to do stuff. Um, what the hell? Where'd it go? Okay, there we go. Wait, how does that have? Oh, no, that's not the one. There we go. Otro evangelio que el que habéis. This one I narrated myself, and I'm gonna show you different things that where you can get different plugins, and different effects that uh, you can use to make your intros more interesting. Now the thing is that I can give you all the tools, but you gotta have the creativity. You gotta have the spirit to, um, put something like this together. But another thing is that you you gotta be able to stretch the limits. I mean, some people are gonna be there. Everyone's gonna have their own style, but you gotta use the tools and make these programs do things that they're not really supposed to do. Kind of like how I did with Daniel chapter 2. I also used Premiere to make the IRC Watch and Read cartoon. Daniel chapter 2. And some of the effects I use there, I mean, Premiere is not meant for cartoons. It's just straightforward video editing. If you want to get to a real high special effects like that and things like that, you want to use Adobe After Effects. But the point is, not being afraid to stretch the limits and be creative. You know, sometimes you might think, oh, this is stupid. You know, no, this program can't do this, but you can always find a way around it. Um, and watch the so.
Segundo Corintios, capítulo 11, verso 4.
So this I recorded myself, and I used where is it? Encore. Adobe. Hold on. Okay, no, I use Adobe Audition. Now I have all these different programs. If you can get them, go ahead. But you know, I do things myself sometimes. I'm no audio professional, but I can do a little things. You know, some things here and there. I used Adobe Audition for that. I recorded myself. I added a little reverb, and that was that. And then this image is actually three images. Just because this, I think two of these, at least two of these, or maybe one of them was too low res, and or maybe these were just way too big. And what happened was, I couldn't get them to be up close and have a good image, to fill up the space of the video. So now what I did is that I took one image, and I'm gonna show you this in one sec. I'm gonna took one image and put it on one side. I put this image in the middle and this one in the end. And I actually covered this one because this is a way bigger picture. It extends on both sides, but just to get a complete image, that's what I did. And this little effect right here is really something called what was it again? No, I got it. Wow, I forgot now. They're called filter. Was it filter? I got it somewhere around here. No. And this is another thing I want. You all need to do is you all have to have a standard project folder, which I have because I have these standard video imports, which I know 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna need these things in my videos. So I have this. I have different versions of things that I use, different tools. Let me see. There was something. Well, I'll show it some other time. But anyways, there was this thing where you can. It's really another video, but it's like these flaring, flickering lights, and I made it a little bit transparent, just enough so you can see the background, and that's all this is. But it created this cool effect, this visual effect.
Uno predicando a otro Jesús, que el que os hemos predicado, o si recibís otro espíritu que el que habéis recibido, u otro evangelio que el que habéis aceptado, bien lo toleráis.
So I had to listen to the audio, and you see how it's having that build up, and I chose a scripture that went along with the topic, just to get that build up, and then here comes the drop. So you see how I follow the there's little sounds in the intro that, I mean, in the audio, that's gonna is gonna drive you and give you it's like it kind of speaks to you in a way when you hear that. I rolled the image of Caesar. And with the each beat, instead of changing the image, I put the words. It's a message. So you see how even with with this Christ image, um, when that little sound was coming up, I increased the opacity until it ended, and then bam, the title of the video. So I'm just gonna go over real quick a few things just to show you how I did some of these effects. So we're gonna open up a new project. Let's call it just intro. I don't really mess with none of this stuff. I don't know enough what it does, what the difference is. All I know is how to work it. Then you're gonna do. I mean, at least for my versions, I have a higher. In the old Premiere, you didn't have to do this. The sequence was already there. But for me, since I have a newer CS6, I believe, or CC, I have to create new and then sequence. Now the sequence, different premieres and different programs, like even if you're using video, I mean Sony Vegas, they have different options. Just whatever you're looking for when you go, whatever the options you have here, make sure you find the one which has 720p 24. That's what you want. So now I'm probably gonna have to upload this folder of my standard video imports. But the basic thing is always. Oh, and that's another thing. You're gonna want fonts. You're gonna download different fonts and things like that. Uh, where is this? Wait, is this it? Okay, so also they, these things, these little things right here where it says, you know, I think I have a fire here, but smoke left. This is actually a video, not to get off track, but you see that smoke right there. This is something that you can put over on top of the video, and I'll show you that right now. And it'll depending how you use it, it'll create a cool visual effect. But I have my standard video imports folder where I keep everything, and here the standard thing to do, you can just drag. You have two options. You can either put file import Command I or Control I if you're using Windows, or just simply drag it in. I just like dragging stuff in. It's easier. Now sometimes it'll ask you keeping if you want to, because the clip that you drag in might be different size proportions than what you chose 720p. Just put keep existing settings. Don't change it. Oh, looks like I now this is I'm hitting the minus sign and the plus sign, um, and it'll help you. This is especially for the class videos when it's the video is hella long. You want to hit the minus sign because it'll help you drag stuff faster or go through the whole video faster. But then when it gets specific, um, which we will in a few seconds, in order to see and cut exactly, you want to press the plus sign to zoom in. Space bar is to hit. So now there is an intro. I mean, there's a audio that I like that I just found. So let me see something. So this is a build up. Sometimes the build ups are too long, and I just chop them. Um, some of you already know this stuff. Some of you don't. But I chop it, and then what I do is that so it doesn't sound awkward, and it still gives the illusion that that was the build up. That the build ups that the song started there is I there's a transition here, audio transition. It's called constant gain. And all you have to do is just drag it across however long you need it. See, you see that? Depending on how long you want to build up, but you can manipulate that. From here, you get your images. Let's see what we have. What's the video? I got so many pictures from all the videos that I've done. Try to keep them organized, because then it's annoying. Then you trying to go back and clean up after yourself. And somehow I always manage to do this, but yeah, just keep a folder for each class, and keep it organized. Don't be like me. I've been trying to get. I mean, I haven't done video editing in a while, because now I'm doing IC Watch and Read. But try to keep it organized. Officer Yan is very great at that. He has everything. He has a everything library. He has a whole library of things. He has, yeah, and you're gonna have to buy terabyte hard drives for this stuff. Um, but I'm gonna show you some techniques. I don't have time right now, but just to show you. But let's say you're doing a drag. Let's take that you're taking this image, right? Uh, Now I have a whole bunch of transitions. You want to come here to the effects on the side. Um, Video transitions. So I have a whole bunch of them, but you can go online and then put um, Premiere plugins free. There's a bunch of different plugins that you can download for free. Install them, and then you can use them. They'll show up here on the side. But let's say here's a transition. Um, let's say the transition I want to be lens flare, right? Um, Wait, no, that's an effect. Hold on. Video transition. Let's say, things. One of the most basic transitions is the dissolve. The cross dissolve is one of my favorites and standards. Depending how long you make it, that it'll increase the opacity until it's fully there. Uh, you can do things like morph cut. Okay, you can't. Okay, so that you can't do that. Um, a lot of this stuff is really about the plugins that you have. Which a lot of times it's not even what I do, but it's the effects that and the plugins that I find. Um, I might create some type of universal plugin library that everyone has access to, but that'll only happen when I have more time. But this is just I'm showing you the different transitions. Okay, what happened there? You see that? So that's your transitions. You want to do things like let's say, where's the cross to solve? So I'm just showing you the transitioning, different ways you can do it, just so you know what you can do and you can't do. Now this is what I just did here is I went to the effect controls of the image, um, and scaled it. You can scale. I just click and drag. You can input the numbers yourself, um, but I just like to click and drag, which is the one thing that I love about Premiere is that a lot of it's very simple and easy, user friendly. So what you do here to move the images is you go before. I like starting before. First, make sure that it's highlighted. You click position, scale, and then drag it to where you want the image to stop moving, which is right at the end, and then you drag it down. Sometimes you can do things like, watch this. Yeah, sometimes different videos I've done things like this. Right in the middle of the image, it just created like this flash. It's but it looks hot. Like this boring old image, it's just very plain. Now all of a sudden it's flashing. Um, and so that's not something that people would really think about doing, but you can do it. Um, so now one thing I want that what else can I show you about this? There's different effects that you can put onto your images. Like for example, there's video effects, right? And then let's say you have the plugin that FX Pro Factory. Now it's you got this glowing image. Actually, that looks pretty hot. Um, and notice these are only two images that I chose randomly, but it actually looks hot. It's not going with the music or sending any type of message right now, but you can start seeing how it actually looks pretty hot. And then the sky's the limit from here. But now we'll step up to the next phase where you start involving the music. Now you start incorporating the music. So here's a build up. So now you can choose to ignore. Watch, it's very subtle. Now this is right here. It shows you the audio waves. You heard that little thump. You can choose to ignore little thumps like that, or incorporate it your into your intro. You can do something where you add a flicker, you do something, or you can ignore it and just wait for the bigger bangs. It all depends on your style. So usually this is where there's some type of like dramatic change because now the tone of the music has changed and the visuals have to follow with it. It's kind of like in a thunderstorm where there may be thunder, but the thunder isn't complete without the lightning. Now you see how I'm stopping it. You're gonna go through this process a lot where you just going back and trying to find exactly where it is. So I zoomed all the way in, and I'm trying to find the frame where you hear that bang starts. Then I press C, cut, and this is where um, you get something like, let's see. And now that I'm on this too, let's say you have a low res image. You can duplicate it by holding the Alt key or Option on Mac, and the bottom one you're going to enlarge and then put a blur or a Gaussian blur, and then the blurriness, and then even though you only had this is what they do on the news as well. um it doesn't look terrible because it has this image in the background, and you don't have like black empty space or anything, and the news does it a lot. um it looks good. So that bam, that bang right there gives this an extra oomph. So when you're doing your intros, make sure that your whatever you're gonna do next, you're coming with it. Um, remember, everything's calculated right now. I don't have. I gotta go to work in like an hour, so I can't. I can't go fully into actually making a full intro. But these are effects and things that you can do. What else? I'm trying to think. What else can I show you? Because it's really about exploring what you have in your arsenal, downloading a whole bunch of different plugins, and having fun with it. Um, get creative. Let's see, stuff like um, creating titles. Uh, and you should know about this already. If you watch my other tutorial, you can add effects on this as well. Sometimes you don't even have to um, you didn't even have to just exactly do some type of writing, but you can even create a lower third with this. And I'll show you how. Right now, let's say this is, I just made a rectangle. I'm gonna change the color to, well, I don't know. So this is something that you might be able to use in an intro, but that's all up to whatever you're doing. Um, it's all up to you on what you want to use. What I just did there to bring it up is I put command and then the parentheses sign, the one the square parentheses. I don't know what you call them things. And then you can easily make this come in. Something like that. I don't know what, get creative. You could do some stuff with that. What else can I show you? Okay, something like, for example, with the smoke or fire, right? Um, let's say I wanted to add the smoke. Now you see that the smoke is covering everything. Let me just see luminance. What is it? The key. Okay, there we go. If you add the Luma key, or usually it's some type of keying plugin, it'll make the black transparent, but you can still see the smoke. And you can change the threshold in order to make it more prominent, less prominent, etc. And that's with a lot of these things. Like, for example, Sparks. What's this? Which you can also use this for your intro. Well, the Luma key didn't come on. Well, that's interesting. Oh, that's because there's no image there. The hell. Something, and now that we're doing this, you can do something like, let's say you're going for a title, right? You'd have to calculate it, but I mean, you can do this bigger. Like, let's enlarge this. Let's enlarge this a little bit. Drag it up. You got this title screen, and watch this. Okay. Then we're gonna start. Okay, what's this? Where is the effect? I haven't done this in a while. think it's the crop one. Okay, so there's this crop effect, right? And you can put a timeline on this crop. You click the timeline button. So now this is where you can start. Uh, where is it? Okay, there we go. You also want to put this under, give that an effect. Where is it? Okay. You see that? Now it's too subtle for the human eye to really understand that the titles is not coming out of the spark. You would have to sit there and examine the thing. Um, we can even add a special glow. Which it's not working for some reason. Yeah, that's a fail. Hold on. Also, get accustomed to Command S or Control S just to save your work. Okay. I'm gonna click the timeline on all of these. Uh, Drag, and then matter of fact, nope, nope, nope. Okay, there we go. Bam, that's right. See that? So now, yeah, I would fix it in a real situation to look authentic, etc. Have a smooth end, like smooth transition to the end, going to the left, so then it could switch. What else can I show you? I mean, it's really about downloading. I mean, that's what I've done. Just download a whole bunch of plugins and just mess with it, play with it. Uh, what's something else that I can show you? I've shown you how to. Um, yeah, okay. I've shown you how to do the transitions. I've shown you how to do the cuts. To the beat, cutting to the beat. Showing you some special effects. That what you want to do is go on YouTube as well, and watch tutorials. Watch or Premiere tutorials. Um, this is just something basic, so you can start getting familiarized, playing around with it, downloading. A lot of it is just downloading. You're gonna be downloading for days, and then just putting it together to make a good intro. Um, watch other people's intros, get ideas. Um, stuff. You can move things around. Like, let's say I have a bouncing ball, you can I don't know. You can take a ball like this, create a circle. Um, there's a circle there. Let's take it over here. It's gonna start from the top. I'm gonna click these, position and scale. I'm gonna drag it down, and it's gonna come down here. Right now, you're probably like, what the hell is he doing? But watch. So you get creative and do whatever you got to do to make this the intro. You play around with it. Sometimes you might, I mean, even for the camp videos, brothers want to start getting um, more creative with the camp videos. Let's do something like sword. No, I don't like that. Okay, so that's decent. I like that. That's all right. So I'm gonna paste it here. I'm gonna download it, and I'm gonna take. Where's the other one? Nope, not that. What is going on with this? No audio. Damn, brother's messing up. Coming from, you're gonna die. So let's say he just cut somebody, right? So he just put out a scripture and he cut somebody. Like, damn, that was a cut, right? Let's see, where is this thing? Okay, epic sound effect. Now the first problem is that with this audio clip, I gotta find where it is. So I'm gonna mute this.
That's where you think that America.
I just thought I muted it. Okay, it's not.
What's the land of your?
Okay, there we go. Cut it, chop it, and drag.
That's where you think that America. What's the land of your savior? You're gonna die.
Hold on.
Because America is the land of sin. America is a wicked place.
So stuff like that, you can add on, make the camp video more interesting, whatever you're doing. I think that's what they did. I didn't see the video, but I heard that they were adding sound effects now. It's just about placing it at the right time and making it sound hot. There was one video where I put, it's like, oh, it is very old Bronx camp video. It was being a demon. I'll put like warning on it. Just made it funny. This is all stuff that you can do. Matter of fact, I think I did that. Where is it? I don't know why we didn't keep that up after that, but let me see. It's old. That video is old. Where is it then? No. Damn. I think it's called Confused Biracial. They might have taken it down. Oh, wait, here we go.
I switched to Geico and saved a bunch of money on car insurance.
We now fast forward to the end of this Geico ad.
Trust me, there's evil in Israel. Case in point. Because if he is from the tribe of Ephraim.
So now, this, you see that this, I had added a little fade that's called the feather crop, and that's another effect on in Premiere. This is just the text. On the side, you'll find the options for a stroke. This little lower third is something I downloaded.
He's blaspheming evil against his brothers. We're here out of love, trying to wake you brothers up, trying to show you that the last days are here. Okay? And we're trying to show you what the Bible says. Not what we think, what the Bible says we need to do. Okay? The first thing is to bethink yourself, meaning know who you are. You're not a Puerto Rican, Jose. Just like I thought I was a so-called Puerto Rican. I'm not.
Where is this guy?
Okay? That's a thing. There's no such thing as a Puerto Rican. Okay? You are from the tribe of Ephraim.
Great.
there's evil in Israel. Case in point. Because if he is from the tribe of Ephraim, he's blaspheming evil against his brothers. We're here out of love trying to wake you brothers up, trying to show you that the last days are here. Okay?
Anyways, I can't find it right now, but if you watch his videos, you get ideas and stuff to do, because later in the video you're gonna see like little warning signs. I put the sound effects and everything else. Very old video. Now it's your brother's job to take it a step up and take these videos to the next level. All right, shalom.